As many of you may know, the myths were used to explain things that people at that time couldn't. One of the most famous myths in Greek mythology is to explain the seasons. This myth is widely known as the Rape of Persephone. The story of the Rape of Persephone begins with the young god Cora, goddess of the spring, who would later be better known as the goddess Persephone. Her beauty was well known in the realm of the gods, and she had many male pursuers. But her mother Demeter was very overprotective of her. She wanted her daughter to remain a pure, virgin goddess, untouched by love. This could also be considered to mean that she wished to protect her from Aphrodite and Eros, as they were the god and goddess of falling in love and love in general. Opposite of Cora, a goddess of springtime, was Hades, the god of the underworld. This is where the versions of the story begin to differ. In one version of the story, Hades was looking at the overworld and saw a goddess singing and playing with nymphs, which Demeter left to watch. He was instantly entranced by her beauty and rode his chariot to the overworld to kidnap her and take her as his bride. In an alternate iteration of this myth, Hades was in the underworld where the powers of Aphrodite and Eros cannot reach him. When he felt a tremor in his realm, the realm of Hades, he rose to the overworld to check it out and saw that the Etna volcano was erupting, signaling that Typhoon, the father of monsters, imprisoned in that volcano by Zeus, was straining against his restraints. When he heard a beautiful voice coming from a nearby field of flowers, it was Cora, and his interest piqued by the beautiful voice. No longer in the underworld, Hades was no longer unreachable by the realm of love. Eros shot Hades with an arrow of love and passion, and this is the moment that he decided to kidnap Cora to the underworld. Cora was afraid in her new environment. She was mentally weak from the coddling of Demeter. She was ill-equipped for the situation that she saw herself in. But as time passed, she grew to love her husband and kidnapper. Demeter, after a long search for her daughter, finally found that she was kidnapped by Hades, and she demanded that Zeus retrieve her daughter from the underworld, from the clutches of Hades. And so, Zeus called Hades for an audience on Olympus. Zeus was moved as Hades expressed to his brother his love for his new wife, so he proposed a solution. He told Hades that if he wishes to keep his wife, he must feed her the food of the underworld, tying her to the realm of Hades. And so, Hades fed Cora 6 pomegranate seeds, and therefore after, she was known as Persephone, the queen of the underworld. When Demeter heard that her precious daughter was unreachable to her now and unable to go to the overworld, she was inconsolable. The earth froze from the sadness of Demeter. As long as her daughter was kept from her, she would plunge the world in darkness and ice. And so, Zeus once again called Hades to Olympus and made a compromise. Since Persephone only ate 6 pomegranate seeds, she would stay in the realm of Hades for 6 months and stay with Demeter for the other 6 months. When Persephone is away from Demeter, her sadness plunges the world into the cold months or winter. When she reunites with her daughter, her happiness makes everything bloom, explaining the warm months and or summer. If this isn't the story that you know, just know that there's many iterations of the same myths. This one might be more optimistic or pessimistic than the ones that you're used to.